and I put my hands over my ears. Still the sound came. It came rising out of the instrument and cleaving the night as if it were some shining element other than air and light and matter that might climb to the very stars. He bore down on the strings, and I could almost see him against my eyelids, swaying back and forth, his head bowed against the violin as if he meant to pass into the music. And then all sense of him vanished, and there was only the sound, the long, vibrant notes and the chilling glissandos, and the violin singing in its own tongue to make every other form of speech seem false. Yet, as the song deepened, it became the very essence of despair, as if its beauty were a horrid coincidence, grotesquerie without a particle of truth. Was this what he believed, what he had always believed when I talked on and on about goodness? Was he making the violin say it? Was he deliberately creating those long, pure, liquid notes to say that beauty meant nothing because it came from despair inside him? And it had nothing to do with the despair, finally, because the despair wasn't beautiful. And beauty was then a horrid irony. I didn't know the answer, but the sound went beyond him as it always had. It grew bigger with despair. It fell effortlessly into a slow melody, like water seeking its own downward mountain path. It grew richer and darker still, and there seemed something undisciplined and chastening in it, and heartbreaking and vast. I lay on my back on the roof now, with my eyes on the stars, pinpoints of light mortals could not have seen, phantom clouds, and the raw, piercing sound of the violin coming slowly with exquisite tension to a close. I didn't move. I was in some silent understanding of the language the violin spoke to me. Nikki, if we could talk again. If our conversation could only continue. Beauty wasn't the treachery he imagined it to be. Rather, it was an uncharted land where one could make 1,000 fatal errors, a wild and indifferent paradise without signposts of evil or... In spite of all the refinements of civilization that conspired to make art the dizzying perfection of the string quartet or the sprawling grandeur of Frangard's canvases, beauty was savage. It was as dangerous and lawless as the earth had been eons before man had one single coherent thought in his head or wrote codes of conduct on tablets of clay. Beauty was a savage garden. So why must it wound him that the most despairing music is full of beauty? Why must it hurt him and make him cynical and sad and untrusting? Good and evil, those are concepts man has made, and man is better, really, than the savage garden. But maybe deep inside, Nikki had always dreamed of a harmony among all things that I had always known was impossible. Nikki had dreamed not of goodness, but of justice.